what is going on, guys, and welcome to the second season, of course, and the fifth step of the Trackmania Grand League. It is getting spicy, only 2 more steps to go, and today we're gonna witness the second to last step today. But I'm not alone, I'm accompanied by none other than Speedy. Welcome.
Hello there, thanks for having me.
Oh my god, RIP ear users. I think you were very, very loud.
I hope everybody could hear me.
Yeah, I think they were hardly able to hear you. Okay, now I've adjusted everything, but you were on 100%, but it was very, very loud. But yeah, cool that you are accompanying me today, because we have already casted in season 1 together, didn't we?
Yes, I think 2 or 3 steps we did together.
Yeah, that was
Long
quite
time
fun.
ago.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of long time? It doesn't really feel like it was this year, actually. Kind of. It feels like it was a little bit further away. I don't know. So much things happened, but on the other hand, they didn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But anyway, I'm really hyped about the step because standings are looking very, very tight. Not like in the prior season where we had a very anticlimactic ending. And yeah, let's actually talk about the step beforehand. Did you pick anything up that you maybe surprised yourself or anything like that? Something you want to talk about that was happening or has happened last week?
Something that surprises me not just from last week, but generally speaking in the whole season so far is that Bren, especially Riolo, are underperforming. Like for me, they were my favorites basically.
Yeah.
To be the top 8, but currently seeing them in 14th and 15th, this is something I did not expect.
Yeah,
at
indeed.
all.
Indeed. So I mean, Riolo is not known to be the fastest driver, I would say, but he is like, I didn't really expect him that he has not even reached 20 points, because as you've said, Riolo was one of the players. He was second. He was qualifying as the second seeded player behind Papu, if I recall that one correctly, and then we had Carl Jr. behind that, I think because he couldn't play 2 steps. And yeah, Riolo was definitely a favorite for me, but there's a lot of things going on in his life at the moment. He was moving and stuff like that, but still, I mean, also when he's streaming, he seems to not really put the effort into the maps at the moment.
It's something I also don't understand. It's, as I said, he was my favorite to be at least in the top 5, but seeing him struggling like this is something I would not have been able to predict beforehand.
Indeed. And also that Brennan is really losing his points. I mean, he is like Aurel 2.0 kind of, but Aurel was keeping his points last step, so that's really nice to see. But actually, it was the last point that I wrote down here on my sheet that I've prepared for today, that Riolo and Bren, so you just nailed those names, just underperforming. So I really agree with that. And what I also want to stress out from last step is that Evon was performing super good on the first 3 maps, and on the other hand, Gwen was performing super good. But so it's either Gwen on the last 3 maps or Evon. If they would combine their results, I think this would have been a 100+ step.
Yeah, both of them are performing super well, but also let's not forget Afi.
Yeah, indeed.
Afi is definitely the surprise of this. I mean, he came from the Combine, and since then he just performed. I mean, 5th place in front of Spam and Massa and Kappa, the winner. It's a monster task, and he's performing really well. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, let's actually go into the standing here. I think you might have it open, or do you have it? Should I send it to you, or do you have the...
I have it open, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then let's go into the standings here. So what you've already said beforehand is that Bren and Riolo are surprisingly, for me as well, are in 14th and 15th position. And then we have Matt in last position, but that's what I was kind of expecting, because Matt is a good player, but he cannot really keep up with this pace. And Matt is probably one of the players who has a really hard task to do today, and also maybe in the Combine match that will come up. But I think the maps that we will see today really favor him, because the buck slide and then reactor boost. I think Matt is good at that.
Yeah, Matt is, mechanically speaking, one of the most talented players that we have on the field. So you see it on Kaki maps, for example, where you have to be really creative with how you finish, or lull maps where you have crazy jumps, stunts, whatever, he's always on top. So I see a good future on this step for him. But let's see what he can do if he can keep his nerves, because it seemed like let's say he had some tilting issues. It looked like it in the last steps. If he can keep it together today, I think he can escape the last place at least.
I think so as well. I mean, you can really see it here, 9th, 10th, and also 11th and 12th position. And maybe even Yannick's. They can also make it. I mean, there's Kappa on 71 points, but also Massa is not safe, not even Spam. If like 3 or 4 of those players really get a good step now, it will be it will be super close, and I'm really looking forward to that, because in the prior season we didn't have that. And also for the top position, we have the top 3 really close together. And it is really close to see. Also, Gwen and Afi are not super far behind. So you named them the OGL players from Season 1. So it's really, really close. And I really like that. I really like that.
But obviously something we have to point out. Our boy, Peck, doing really well in 2nd place. Almost beating Carl. Close enough. And maybe today he can make it real and be 1st place in the league.
I hope so.
Would be really nice.
Yeah, not sure how much he has practiced, because he has already announced that he was on holidays, and then there's also the rivals going. But I hope that he can make it, because Pack is usually a very fast learner, and he can cope pressure very well. So I hope that he can keep his points on map 5 and 6, because he has shown us on the first 4 maps, so map 3 to 6 from last step, that he is a very fast, and maybe if not even the fastest player out here.
Definitely.
Okay, so what we have prepared now is a map presentation here, where we quickly go through the maps, and maybe you can explain something about that as well. But I just was writing me down some points, so maybe we can quickly go over it. Okay, so the first map we are going with is Paradice. It is a map that is not too hard, I would say, concerning the general style, but it is a bit weird, because you have 2 parts that are oh no, it's Cyclone, actually, pardon me. It's Cyclone that is the first map that is shown here, and I think also the map that will be played first, because then I made a mistake. No, wait. So actually, that's Cyclone, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so
that is Cyclone. Yes.
Okay, so Cyclone is map 2. Okay, so then this is not correct in this one, but it doesn't matter. So you could have seen this ice section there, and this ice section is not the identity, but definitely the hardest part of this track, because it really determines your speed over the next couple of turns, since it is very, very speed techy in this ending. And then you have this identity coming up, where Massa has failed it in the last step, and our boy Pack has won the map here. It was map 4 on the map 3 on the 4th step, and Aurel was in 3rd position. So Pack, Massa, Aurel was the top 3 from last time, and now we have Paradice. Okay, that's the first map of today. It is a not that hard multi-stand map, I would say, where you just swap between dirt and then tech again, and then there comes a little bit of a sausage block with some speed checks that you have to clear. Just after that here, this speed check is really decisive. You've seen Evon making a mistake here in the first lap, last step, so you can mess that one up, but it is usually a little bit easier, I would say, the speed check compared to other maps. Okay, and some drifts here and there, and then we will come up to another dirt section. After that, we will have a sort of, how can I describe that? I would say a freewheel part that is really decisive, because you can either go to the left or to the right. We've seen Afi and Gwen going to the left, and the other players approaching from the right, because when you're in freewheel, your car will just roll and you can't accelerate, or you can of course brake, but you cannot accelerate. So if you make a mistake, it's very costly. And now the identity. The identity is you have to do a 360 here, or a 270 turn, or you just go very far up. So there are 2 options how you do this identity. It's really hard to nail. And you could have seen here, Pack is doing it very well. Greatly done by Pack here in this replay. And that's what you have to do 6 times. So 6 times 2, you have to do 12 of those things. So that was the first step. That's the opening phase. You don't lose points there. So hoverboard and Starglide are out of this one. And now we will go to the semi-final maps, where we are starting with the map called Circles. I think it's the first map here as well. Yes, it was map 6 on the prior step, and here you will lose 50% of your points if you are in the lower 8th placement. So if you're 9th and below, you will unfortunately lose 50% of your points. You can see a lot of interesting parts here with this reactive boost down. Oh my god, what was that, man? Why is my notification enabled? And you have to perform a 180 turn, and also this freewheel can be hard to nail, but Pack does it very well here. And now this identity where you have to squeeze your car just between those trees that are coming up there. Okay, so anything you want to add to the maps that we have just presented, because I'm talking and talking and talking, you know, maybe something you want to say?
The only map I can say anything about worthwhile is Paradise, and the mistakes we've seen on this map. It was a clown fiesta. You cannot say it otherwise. There was just so many mistakes happening there, so many heartbreaks. Also on the map Cyclone that you showed and mentioned, muscle mistake on the end, where Pack then got first. All those ice maps, which is new to this game and to this TMGL season, they really make for a good show. Heartbreaks, some comebacks, everything. Everything is in this ice.
Indeed, everything is in this ice, and this is how I can describe my GM experience as well. As we see GlacierHiking here, but actually it's the wrong map name, because this is the map called BumpyJumpy here. Pardon for that mistake. Mistakes can happen, but this is the map called BumpyJumpy, which is map number 4. But I definitely agree, ice is a very, very hard factor here. Also, not so much on this track, but on the other maps. Especially on Paradise, as you've mentioned beforehand, and now we're gonna see the map for the 3rd time. But here on BumpyJumpy, you can see this identity where you have to do a pixel-perfect jump, and Pack has given us a heart attack on the last step. Maybe you can remember as he was clipping. Because Pack was keeping all those points together and went home with 57 points. He was securing 49 points here and went home with 8 additional points on this one. And now we will come to the new maps. It's the last phase, it's the final phase, where you will lose all your points when you are in the lower 8th positions. This is the map called GlacierHiking. It is, the replay here is driven by Cal, so he didn't go for the intended way here, because you can jump here to the left, but it's easier said than done, because this jump is really hard to do. But this is a way that probably the players will go for. And then also you have some jumps, some speed checks here that you have to do. And you can see again, the ice is really important. You generate so much speed there. So it is very important to really get a good velocity over it. And here you can also get a first glimpse of the identity. We have to go to the left and to the right, in like a little bit of a slalom. And yeah, this identity. You know actually how GlacierHiking's identity works, Speedy? Or
I've seen a clip from Massa, and to this day my eyes didn't close from watching it.
Okay, so I mean, it is hard, isn't it? It's hard to understand what's happening, right? On GlacierHiking for you, or you know. Why?
I know what's happening, but I can imagine for a new player or somebody that never experienced Trackmania before, that this is like a wow moment, like what is happening?
Okay.
And the combination of ice, the reactor boost and everything at once, it's really creative, but it's really hard, really hard.
I will go actually into the explanation just after that, because I know that probably some of you will think, okay, that's how you should do the identity, because Carl just shown us it's there. I think it actually was the intended way, but we will go into the explanation after that, as we have Dune here, which is also driven by Carl, which is also a very techy map with a grass section where you have to hold your gear then the dirt section there, and then we also come to this grass section here with a reactor boost down attached. So a lot of reactor boosts are happening on those tracks, and the identity will just come after this tag section that ends into a dirt section, and there we will have a jump, and then the identity. And again, surprise, surprise, the identity consists of reactor boosts. So you have to perform a bug slide there, which is really vital to do. But that's why I think that Matt will go home with a lot of points today, because he, as you've said beforehand, he's a very talented player, mechanical-wise, and here you have to perform a bug slide. Unfortunately, Carl didn't really have too much speed to work with there, so he cannot really do the bug slide that well, but this exit speed here is very important. He did it quite nice in the end here, didn't really commit to the bug slide. But yeah, those are the tracks. Thanks for putting them together. And yeah, so let's just go over them one by one again. We have Paradice, Cyclone. You've already talked about that. Ice is a really important factor about that. And those maps used to be map 5 and 6 as well. Then we have Circles, BumpyJumpy, semi-final maps, where you will lose 50% of your points if you are in the lower positions. And then maps 5 and 6 are GlacierHiking and Dune. And speaking of GlacierHiking, this map is actually being played right now. And let's see how the players are doing it. Okay, let's go into the game. So maybe you want to leave some words to this identity.
I mean, it leaves me speechless every time I see somebody passing with high speed, which is kind of awkward to say, but it keeps blowing me away because of this combination of ice and reactor boost, and how tight it is. Like the margin of errors does simply not exist if you want to do it perfectly. So just imagine you're the last round, you're obviously not this step, but when you're fighting for your points, for survival, and you want to risk it and you fail it, how heartbreaking it is. But also how big the adrenaline rush is when you make it. It's just, this is like an identity for me, this is like top of the top.
Yeah. I think it's a really nice identity because you can go for the safe way, so we have seen it. The identity here is that you have reactor boost attached and you will go over the ice. But what Peck is doing here, he turns around because those arrows will determine what reactor boost you get. Either you get reactor boost up or down. And with a 90-degree steering, the arrow is facing to the other direction from your car point of view, so you will get the reactor boost up. And thus it means you will fly over the ice, and you have to do that. So it is a very, very important identity. And yeah, as you've said beforehand already, it is an identity where you can really risk and yeah, make it or break it.
I can guarantee you and everybody who's watching at home right now, there will be at least one heartbreak on this identity today.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be nice, it's not gonna be pretty, but it's gonna happen.
Since it's map 5, I mean, yeah, it's not map 6, but also Dune, which is the Buckside identity. I think we have the same picture there on Dune, because you have to do the bucks like 3 times. 3 times, man. That's insane, man. Wow. Okay, so 10 minutes to go. And we talked about the maps. I just wanted to show you the GlacierHiking identity, how you have to do that. And now I'm gonna go and go for the trailer. So the point system is briefly explained there, and you can also see the risky way there. But this jump is easier said than done. So I'm gonna send you and show you the trailer. And if you have any more questions after that, we will go and answer them.
Welcome to a Trackmania Grand League step. Let's zoom in on how a step works. Each step is played under the champion mode, which consists of 6 races taking place on 6 different maps. In each race, the 16 players will start the race at the same time and will execute 6 laps. The player with the best lap time is given 2 extra points for every race. For the first 2 maps, part of the opening phase, players get warmed up and win points according to their position. For maps 3 and 4, things heat up, and the players who finish the race in 9th to 16th place lose half of their points won from the previous maps. every player still wins points for the maps being played based on their position. For the 2 final maps, the pressure is on and everything is at stake. Players finishing the race in 9th to 16th place lose all the points that they have won so far. In conclusion, step points are fully determined at the end of map 6. And these step points are then added to the global ranking.
All right, so those were the map preview, or the step preview, let's say that we had the map preview beforehand. But what I completely missed out here are the predictions, Speedy.
Predictions, ooh.
Yeah, top 3.
I mean, one person is obvious, Peck. For me, number 1, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, simply talking by performances, I have to put Carl Jr. in the top 3. He simply is too good lately. It is what it is.
Yeah, indeed. He really shows that he's the best.
For the 3rd place, I'm not sure. I'm working between Papu. I'd also like to see somebody from the top, like Bran, perform today, or like Riolo as well. But I will go with... I'll go with Massa.
Oh, okay. Massa top 3 again. Of course, Massa also a player who's not completely safe here with his 7th position. He has 23 points more than Kappa, but still he can be dethroned from that top 8. He had a really good performance in the last step, but lost it, unfortunately. So I hope as well that Pack will win it and also overtake Carl Jr. with that. But I have no idea how much practice he has put into map 5 and 6. But I hope it. But yeah, my prediction is Gwen, Aurel, and Scrappy, because Gwen looked so strong on the last 3 maps on the prior steps. So I was like, okay, if he trains those maps here, the last 2 maps, and he actually knows how to play the first 4 maps a bit and maybe wins 1 or 2, I think he will get first. And then also Aurel, because Aurel is a player for me who has to push it. He is on P10, and I definitely see Aurel in the playoffs. And then also Scrappy, because Scrappy and Aurel have to push it there on P9 and 10. So I just put a little bit of a risky bet. I hope that Pack is also in there. But realistically speaking, from the practice, I think so objectively that Pack is not in the top 3, but subjectively I hope that he will be in there. So
it's also good that you pick Gwen, because I think he's a wild card. He can perform really well if the nerfs are there, but if the nerfs are not there, then anything can happen for him.
Yeah.
And I think he showed it, GL, last step, everywhere, that he can perform. He's definitely up there with the guys.
Indeed. And also, like, surprisingly that Afi is up there. But who's not up there is actually Tween and Riolo. So I want to keep my eye also on them on this step. Of course, also on Pack, but also on this battle here. Scrappy, Aurel, and Evon, and also Tween. They really have to push it. They have to deliver here. So we're gonna mainly focus on Pack as always, of course. But just gonna get a little bit into an insight to see what is happening, because I think with 2 casters it's better, because you can keep track of something that I'm not on and vice versa, That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like dual casting. It's very good in this format, because it can get really overwhelming with everything, with keeping track of everything.
Definitely. Especially with 16 people, and there can be all sorts of fights at one point.
Yeah.
A fail it can happen at any moment. So always good to have a second pair of eyes.
Indeed, I agree. And what do you think? Is Tween or is Riolu making it to the top 8 or not? What do you think?
I mean, he has 12 points right now, so if you are realistic and are honest, I don't think he will make it. I surely hope he will, because I think he has the skill to do it.
Yeah.
But simply from talking from the points gap and his recent performances and his struggles, I'm not the most confident in saying that he will make it. The same goes for Matt and Bran,
Yeah.
but I'm open for surprises. I think everybody in chat is also open for surprises, so let's make it happen.
Yeah, and as we just spectate here, Pack with a beautiful identity. So I think that it is most likely to happen that Bren will make it compared towards Riolu. Because if you take into consideration how many points Bren has already lost, it is a... yeah, for me, he can most likely make it, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a top player before now in TMGL, so if somebody makes it, it's him.
Indeed.
He's known to cope with pressure. He's played on stage, he's beaten Carl Jr., he competed with Carl Jr. I mean, what else? He has everything going for him. He just has to prove it now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So, chat, take your guess on the chat, the top 3 of this step. And of course, if you want to support your favorite player, brackets, Pack, write go space and then Pack in the chat. And then you will see those hearts here that Cargino, for example, has already collected. There are 6,000 votes, and with that, there's like a formula behind that, and he will gain some hearts with that. So if you want to support Pack, go for go space Pack in the chat. Okay, did we forget anything? What is still on the menu?
Currently thinking about it, but let's see. I think we talked about every player that we have.
Yeah, I think actually we talked about everyone. I mean, there are players, for example, like Spam. Yeah, he's like in the battle, and then of course also Yannick's, who's like, it's either way for them, but I think Spam with a good step or with an average step, he is kind of safe, you know, because he is like, he for me is the threshold of a player. So Massa and Kappa are not 100% safe, but if Spam gets a good step, he is most likely safe. Afi, Gwen, Papu, Pack, and Cow Jr., I think they are qualified, but it only matters who is getting first.
But even if they are safe, no slacking allowed. Only banger times, only banger rounds.
Indeed.
Only good points. And I'm also surprised by Kappa's placement. I did not expect him to be so close to being out of the top 8.
Mm-hmm.
Considering how he performed in the TMGL in the past, I would have seen him in the top 3, top 4, maybe top 5. But being on the top 8 on the verge of being kicked out, this is something I'm kind of surprised with.
Yeah, I mean, you can see... Oh, sorry? Yeah.
Especially seeing his practice, because he's very vocal on Twitter as well, showing his times, his practice, how much time he spends. You would expect more, but then again, this season is a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the point system is a bit more forgiving, I say bit in quotation marks, because you still lose points, and even losing half the points is still demotivating. I would have seen him a bit higher up, but maybe today is his day. Who knows?
Maybe today is the day. Yeah, he was one of the players who didn't really lose too many points, so he knows how to do this or to play with this point system. And I definitely agree that he is one of the players. I think he lost his points actually in the last step, right? But in the first 3 steps, he was the player who lost the least amount of points.
He definitely lost once big time, I remember that, but I don't know if it was last step or 2 steps ago.
Yeah, something
But
like that.
he lost out big time on this one, which was a heartbreak, but this is TMGL. You lose your points if you don't perform on the end. And yeah, it's make it or break it.
Yeah, that's what we love, but on the other hand also hate. Because you love it when your player is in the top 8, but you hate it when he's down, so it's like... It is weird. I get the point of this point system, but something does not really feel correct about it, if I can say it like that. But yeah, it is only 1 minute until we will start, and so we will start with the map called Cyclone. Oh no, actually, pardon me, Paradise. No, I got confused because Cyclone was the first map that got shown. So Paradise will be the first map, and you've described it very well. Of this map being a clown fiesta, and the not even identity will decide who will get first or last.
I wonder if we will see different approaches again, like we did previous steps. I have everybody now up for the 360, which to me seems like the safer option. But we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
And also the free wheel section I wanted to focus on, because there you can really lose it or gain speed, because we've seen different approaches there. And I think if you get a good amount of speed, you can really gain a lot of time, like 1 second per lap. Really interesting to see how players can push it there, because this is where you can gain time. I think the lines are kind of set in stone with the 270 line, which you're doing the flip there, or just the up line. So let's see actually the players here as we're approaching the identity. Let's see how they're doing it. Or maybe they are not doing it here. But Riolo's actually going for that one. And then almost every player goes for the up approach here, which is just, for me, it's the superior line.
Definitely have the better exit speed in this case.
Yeah.
Obviously also a lot riskier. Simply because it can crash on the walnut on the left side, but if it works, it works. And if it works really well. Because the exit speed you have over the 360 is impressive.
Yeah, Matt is driving the other way around, okay. So yeah, there's a lot on stake today, because theoretically every player can make it to the playoffs. But now we will get we will see who will make it, or most likely make it or not, right? And this is a really important step. Only 2 more steps are being played out. Peck looking really strong here on the whole leaderboard, as we can see him in 2nd place, just behind Cole Jr. So he's even a contender for a top seed for the playoffs, which is really nice to see.
Definitely. And I mean, we want him to see him with the trophy, right? So
yeah, indeed, of course.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, Peck. So I think we are a bit delayed. Let's actually check the Discord here. Let's see if something is on there. But never mind, nothing, because we are already 2 minutes in a delay. But of course, those things can happen.
I mean, it wouldn't be Trackmania without delays.
True, actually.
As long as every player is connected, no server issues, no connection issues, I think that's a good sign.
I agree with that as well. What I really liked, we posted, so M&M Gaming posted the prediction for me, and they linked Gwen, and Gwen actually liked the picture, so that was really cool. But we are starting now with the first map. Really nice to see that we are just starting 2 minutes over the delay. Yeah, I mean that's nothing for 2 minutes. That's punctual, man. That's very punctual. And Paradise will be the map that will be the first map of the opening phase. Clown Fiesta.
So let's see if everything is working.
Hopefully.
Everything looks solid, but never know. The game is full of surprises.
You never know, indeed. Okay, so one warm-up, of course, before every live round. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's follow Pack as per usual for the warm-up, and also for the remainder of this cast, and see what information he can give us here, how the way will go. He performed actually pretty good on this map. On the last step, he was on P4. I think he could have actually won it here. He was on a back and forth with, I think, actually Gwen, if I recall that one correctly, or something like that. But yeah, Gwen was eventually taking over the first place on Paradise. And then we had Afi, so Gwen, Afi, the OGL players. And then Bren in P3, and Peck was on 4th position. So still a good placement here for him on the prize step. So I expect something that he can make it into the double-digit points here.
Yeah, and I think he's showing that off quite well here in the warm-up. Yep. Fighting for the first place, obviously it's a lot of back and forth with different lines, but he's on a good route. As you see, Masi taking a big risk there.
Look at Gwen.
But Gwen, I mean, he's light years away. But then again, it's just a warm-up.
Yeah, indeed.
People are not taking it too serious. Just warming up the gamepads and the fingers and the keyboard or whatever they use. Yeah, or steering wheels like Granadi, who knows? Maybe somebody does that.
Yannick's. Or like pad and keyboard. But yeah, we are starting here with the first map of the opening phase, being the top 16, so no points are lost are being lost here. How? Because everybody has 0 points. Let's go with the helicopter cam and see how the players will perform. So we can also move that here. That looks really cool. Just go with that.
A really packed field still.
Yes.
This is really good.
Okay, Swam and Brent falling a bit behind, but only like 0.2 of a second, so you cannot really talk about that. It's really close here, as we see Papu making the first speed check, or successfully making the first speed check as the first player, and is still in that battle for the first position. Gwen going super close there, but look at that, no player has majorly dropped behind, so this is actually a really nice camera to go for here for the first lap, as we're coming closer and closer here to this first decisive part. We have the reactor boost looping coming up in a minute after this wall ride, and yeah, I mean, this one, of course, I was a bit confused. But now we have the free wheel section. Gwen, what a line. But Pack making a small mistake there, touching. And also Afi is behind. So let's follow Pack here for this first identity, as he is the player who gives us a very good overview over the pack here. And also Riolo, not with the best start here, finds himself 1 second behind as well. Carl Jr. and Gwen are battling it out. So David versus Goliath here. Or the young versus the old player, as we see Peg with a good identity. Yannick's, Kappa and Afi are a little bit behind, but what a great identity from Peg there. Look at that, just overtaking a lot of people. So it seems that people are really struggling with that, and all of a sudden it is Peg back in P6, actually battle for P5, and look who's there. It is Matt and Riolu. Matt and Riolu are here, and also Bren on P2. So nice to see that those players are not giving up.
It also seems that Afi is struggling big time now, 11 seconds behind.
Oh, he made a mistake there.
Oh, Massa maybe?
Yeah, I think it was Massa or Papu. I think Papu has made the mistake. He didn't make the speed check, but I was hardly capturing that. But yeah, indeed, Afi is 11 seconds behind.
Yeah. I mean, he had a rough start in the first round, was already a second or two behind, but now 11 seconds, this is really rough for him to catch up.
Indeed.
Luckily, he's not losing points, so he can take a breather. Currently, you can say it's okay that he made a mistake, but
yeah, but you're not really getting the momentum, you know. You're lacking a bit of confidence, as we see Bren with a very close drift there. Peg also got it very nicely. All of the 3 players here are going super far, but Bren making the mistake. So Peg up to P2 here. Nice to see that. And then we have also Carl Jr. On that first position. So let's go a little bit. Actually, wait a minute. It is Peg with more speed. Okay. I wanted to go to a different battle, but Peg just seems to figure out this identity very well, as he's coming closer and closer to Carl Jr. Goes for the overtake, but didn't really have a lot of speed in this section. But look at that. Now we have a fight here between Carl Jr., the 3-time world champion, and Peg, the 1-time world champion. So what a battle is going on here. Carl Jr. jumping super far to the left, so he gets a more direct approach and will deny the attack by Peg and gaining 0.08 of a second. But still, this is a super close fight here between the both friends, we can say. So really nice to see that 300ths of a second, and Peg with a very good line goes for the release here so that you get early contact and a better angle over this turn. But wow, that is still a super close fight here. Wow. And now the identity will come closer and closer. But before that, we have the actual freewheel section where Peg gets a lot of speed, goes for the risk. Oh my god, Peg, you definitely get the upper gear. But let's see how much it gains. Let's see how much it gains here as Carl Jr. goes for the outside approach. And what a battle is that, Speedy? Are you kidding me?
This is just insane. This is World Grand Final material right now.
Yeah, but now it seems that Peg has the upper hand. But as he goes super close there to the upper corner, have you seen that?
Wow.
He almost clipped it there with his back tire. But it really paid off, as we see Peg with a good identity again. 0.37 of a lead. And look at that. Who has the fastest lap? It is Peg. Peg could take home the perfect score here. But I, of course, don't want to jinx him, and I don't want to lose my caster sport at M&M Gaming. So, all good. And, yeah, let's see. So still
also something we should point out, it's only Peg and Carl Jr. really close together. Everybody else seems to have dropped behind by a lot. Avon in 3rd place is 1.8 seconds behind already.
Okay.
Apu in last place, which is also surprising, with 21 or 22 seconds behind now.
Yeah, okay.
you can tell the identity is really tough for the players right now. It's, as we said, it was a clown fiesta last time. It seems to be a clown fiesta this time again.
Okay, let's actually go through the player field here a bit. But yeah, you mentioned it beforehand. But nice to see Evon and also Bren in the top 8, because they really are in need of those points. And also Scrappy, of course. But yeah, Pack with a very good performance here. Let's go into the next identity, Speedy.
Let's see. Pack is negotiating it nice. Ooh, he almost fell off them. I almost jinxed him mid identity, but he's still ahead. Does he have more speed? I believe so.
Yeah, Cole was struggling a bit.
Ooh, 0.75 ahead now.
Yeah, he has more speed.
Impressive.
So 1 second of a... Oh, no, 0.74. I thought he had a little bit more speed than Cole Jr. here, but that was not the case. But yeah, Pack went really, really risky there on this first part of the identity here, on the third last lap. But on the second one, he was taking it a little bit more conservatively. Maybe he has seen the checkpoints here that Evon is 2.5 seconds behind. Of course, there's a gap of 6 points between first and second, but of course you don't want to die completely. But yeah, look at that. It is super close here for top 6 as we have a battle here. But really, a lot of players have made mistakes. It's really incredible to see that. Only one close battle is going on here between Aurel, Tween, Gwen, Scrappy, Spam, those players here, but they're all within 1 second. So let's focus here on Pack and Cole Jr. to follow him on his dominant performance here.
See also the identity again. If Pack manages this one, I think he's on a good way to win this round.
Don't jinx him.
See, and no problems there for Pack. Made it look closer than it was.
Yeah, not the best speed, but Carl Jr. didn't do it that well either. So probably both of those players are that experienced that they know that they just can save it. And this is what I've seen with Carl Jr. because he maybe wants to just settle with those 14 points here. As you see, Gwen with the fastest lap now here, but it is still 0.6 slower than Pack's time that he has driven in lap 3, if I recall correctly. So Peg with a very good performance here. Just imagine that. Gwen was driving the fastest time on lap 5 with a 1:14.1, and Peg's time is a 1:24.1, I mean. And Peg has driven a time that is 0.6 faster. What a crazy performance by Peg.
Just insane. It just shows when he was battling with Carl Jr., they were going all in. All risks were taken, but now they are taking it safely.
Yep.
And this is also a smart decision now on the way to the finish. Only have to negotiate the identity once more, and he can take it safe as well.
Yeah, looking good
So
here.
that's all him and Carl Jr. want. As you see, Gwen taking up 3rd place now.
Yeah.
Overtaking Evon, which is also nice.
Actually, Evon had more speed, but let's focus. So it was a freewheel section, but let's focus here on Pack. Let's go here with the last identity. So Pack will actually win map 1. Really nice to see that. Pack in first, Carl Jr. in second. What a great performance. Evon gets 3rd because Gwen is in 4th. It was Gwen taking that inside line. That's why he was temporarily ahead. But Evon had more speed. But yeah, I was thinking about that as well. But yeah, Pack winning it here. And yeah, then we have Bren in 5th position. So also some good points for him. Getting the last, getting 9 points for that. Then Aurel, Spam, and Scrappy. And then we have Massa in 9th position. So very, very impressive performance by Pack. Driving a 829.10. That is pretty good. And 22 points. So the perfect map for Pack. Wow.
What else can you ask for? A perfect start.
Yeah. Keep it up.
And now his strong map. Last week he won it.
Yep.
Obviously due to a mistake from Massa, but still, a win is a win.
A win is a win indeed. I remember that mistake because coincidentally I was spectating Pack the whole time, right? And then one time I was like, okay, Pack is settling down here at 2nd position because Massa won't fail his identity, huh? But then Massa clipped. Maybe you guys have seen the clip there by Felix Sun and Trilux the cast that both of the Germans have done. They're doing a great job. Massa. So you have to do this identity here where you jump into a Cyclone here, which is a a 270-degree turn. Massa was too far to the left, clipped this triangle, and was a bit delayed in the finish. And it allowed Peck to overtake Massa just in the last second with 0.2 of a gap. I think 0.27 or something like that. And this is how Peck has won it. So crazy story.
It just shows it's not over till it's over. If you cross the finish line, you're safe. Till then, everything goes.
Yeah, and that's the spirit of Trackmania. I mean, you have, of course, League of Legends as well. But if you compare League of Legends with Trackmania, you can't really... You can't compare that. Because in League of Legends, you can win every game, you know? Even if you throw hard or something like that. But here, I mean, you cannot compare that, since I don't know.
Yeah, it's really difficult. It's two different esports, and the whole mentality is different.
Yeah, but some
also,
people bring this mentality to the game. You know, that they just DNF, for example, in TTC when you make a mistake. But you should never do it. Never ever. Everything can happen in Trackmania. So maybe this time again. We will see. We will see. And of course, guys, if you want to support, as Javelin is doing right now, if you want to support your favorite player, Peck, for example, write in the chat, go with space and then Peck to support him.
There we go.
There we go. Warm-up has ended. Let's go with the helicopter cam again, with the mesmerizing helicopter cam. Follow all. Be in the top 16 since this is still the opening phase. And let's go with Cyclone here.
I have to say, I really love this helicopter cam.
Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
one of the best things they added to the game. Plus, with the skill of those players, all of them being so close together, just great to see.
Yeah, I mean, you see now, I mean, this is one of the cons of the helicopter cam. Aurel made a small mistake, and now it's like split apart. But indeed, it is a really, really good feature, and it was a well-needed feature. But I really like it as well. As you see, Aurel, as I've mentioned, is 1 second behind. But now this, yeah, for me it's the identity, but it's just the mid part, just an ordinary ice part is there. And look at that, it is Carl Jr. And then also Aurel and Scrappy. And also Kappa and Gwen are a bit behind. So Gwen, Kappa and Aurel are a bit behind 2 seconds. But then we have Scrappy and Carl Jr. who completely died. And look who is in second. It is Matt with Yannick and Massa. And then we have Evon getting overtaken by Peck and Afi on P5. Spam right now in the lead, but very closely still together, all the players here. Everyone in between 1 second here, the top 10. So, but look at this Spam, 0.6 ahead. Wow, great performance so far.
This was the most craziest first round I've ever seen, I think. Like, everything happened there, but as I said, everything is in the ice. Carl Jr. died in the ice, and now he's 12 seconds behind. This is how fast he can go.
So Carl Jr.
Just wow.
Yeah, Carl Jr. is not a contender here for the double-digit points, but he can still make his way up to the 4 to 5 point mark, as we never know what will happen. So I'm just gonna go into the free cam here. So let's see how players will do the ice. As our cameraman is standing here, and let's see who's making it. Spam is making it, Rio as well. And I think there was one mistake here by a player. I think it was Matt,
Evon.
yeah. And then also Matt and Evon, I mean, pardon me. And Matt, yeah, of course. M&M. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to try the free cam, but it's very, yeah, puzzling to see that. Rather go for a point of view camera there. But yeah, Peck still holding strong in that top 6 here, but Spam still on the lead.
A good thing also for Peck is he cannot lose anything, but he still doesn't have to risk it. He has 22 points in the bag, so if he doesn't get first, as we see Riolo make a mistake.
Wow, Riolo.
Even if Peck doesn't get first in this, he will still lead the step, the ranking for this step.
Yep.
Simply because Carl Jr. is so far behind.
And also Evon.
And Evon is, I don't know, he just took a flight, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But look at Carl Jr., 31 seconds behind. Maybe he's not even able to finish, so 1 point is still something, you know? I would rather have 15 points than 14, right? But
that's true.
It is really important to really get points, and this point could decide it, you know, in the ending, because it's 14 points between them. But Bren, and also it is Peck with a bad identity, losing. What is happening? Oh my god, what was that? I think it was Bren completely dying there. And also Papu with a mistake. So everyone kind of falling left, right, and center behind. But it is still, yeah, now actually we see a lead change by Massa, Tween, and Yannick now, who have overtaken Spam here. But so many things are happening, but Pack still... Oh, Gwen? Hello?
He respawned, right?
Yes,
he
he respawned.
Okay.
But also...
he just disappeared there.
But also what I want to stress out, that this was a very untypical mistake from Riolo there. Just touching the outside of the dirt. And yes, Riolo still up in that top 9 positions, but so many mistakes are happening on this track. But look at this fight here for the top, as we just go temporarily to it just before the identity. Tween is in the lead. Tween has already won this track, as well as Massa almost. He didn't win it because he made that mistake. And then we have Yannick and Spam in P3 and 4, but what a close fight here. So Yannick and Spam could come dangerously close here to Tween and Massa if they get a good identity. Spam with a beautiful identity, but misjudges it. His car didn't steer, and Spam is completely dying here and falling behind. And thus, Aurel and Peck are capitalizing from that, but Aurel actually lost a position with that. But Peck in P4, so very greatly done by Peck.
You can also tell that the people have no confidence whatsoever in this wall, right?
Yeah.
Which is impressive, because it is not even the identity of the map. It's the Cyclone that we are approaching. And yeah, it's just impressive how much ice can make you struggle.
Yeah, and also how much time you can lose with that. So yeah, we have dirt, we have tech, you can lose time there, but if you make a small mistake on ice, you really lose a lot of time. It's the new full speed for me, kind of. But ice is super hard, and this is definitely something that you have to learn when you want to perform on the highest level. You need to really get the ice part done. And yeah, you can see it with Tween, Yannick, and Peck right now. Massa, pardon me, and Peck behind that in the top 4. And then we have Aurel in the 5th position. So let's just go with Aurel here, since he gives us a good overview here over Peck, who's just ahead of that. Good identity from Peck, and look at this speed! Look at this speed from Peck! It is really good, but it's not enough here to overtake one or another player. But he comes close here, only 0.7 between him and Tween. But Peck is lurking again. Can he win the second map as well? It's one more lap and 2 more identities to go, and one more ice section, and then we will find out more about Peck coming closer and closer here, as Tween is yeah, losing it a bit here, but a close fight yet again. Oh, Yannick! Oh, touching the outside there, the yeah, road sign there, and now it is Peck really capitalizing again from mistakes from other players here. Maybe he can capitalize from the one or another mistake here as well, as we see Gwen setting the fastest time here with a 1:11.78 after that respawn that I've spotted as well. This could be really good for Peck. Oh my god, that was so close of clipping it there, but look at that, look at that. Peck is saying knock knock, or making knock knock at Massa's back tires here and eating him alive. One more turn, one more ice section here, but Peck, oh, what a save by Peck, and Peck, look at the speed. Peck, what are you doing? What? Peck in first. Oh my god, that was so close there. And now we have the last point deciding it. Tween with more speed than Peck. It is one more drift and one more identity to go. Can Tween take the first win here of this step, or is it Peck? Peck approaching it very well, and Tween very far up. Tween with more speed, and it will be Tween. 100th of a second. What?
Holy moly.
Oh my.
What happened?
What?
What?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Like, first of the Peck even came that close was illegal to begin with, but then the finish is decided by 100. What?
Yeah. Whew. So
this is peak TMGL right now. This is peak Trackmania. Holy moly!
So it is Peck unfortunately not winning the map here. But as you've said there, Peck versus Tween. So both of the map winners were battling it out here for the second win for either Peck or for Tween. And it was Tween who was successful with 100th of a second. Wow, what a close fight. That was one of the closest fights I've seen, but you stressed it out beforehand. How has Pack survived this ice port in the middle? Wow, I think...
He just said, you know what? I fully stand it. If I lose, whatever.
Wow, man.
This was balls to the walls, if you can say it like that. But I don't know. It's Pack in a nutshell.
Yeah, but peak Trackmania performance also very greatly done by Tween here, clocking in 20 points, well deserved, puts him up into the second place, and Pack still in the lead, extending his lead here to 14 points. That is a good step so far for Pack. But now we have the semi-final phase, and we will start with the map Circles by Link that you've seen in the presentation as well. And do you want to explain this? What will change now from the opening phase to the semi-final phase?
So what will happen now is, beforehand, every place got points. Nothing happened to the current points that they earned, so they kept everything. What will happen now for the next two maps is that you will lose 50% of your points if you finish from the 9th to 16th place. So it means if you are finishing at 9th, you lose 50% of your points. If you have 10 points, you will lose 5 points. And then you will get added on top the points you would have gotten for the 9th place. I think it's also 5 points,
yeah,
so
indeed.
you would lose nothing. So perfect case there, but now, from now on, it only gets worse. That's all I can say.
So you really want to be in the top 8. And it seems that the field is pretty spread, as we see 11 players with double-digit amount of points. So, and also we see 4 players with over 20 or with 20 points on the nail. So really, really great performance by the players. But really, it is Pack with 36 points. That is a very beautiful step for him so far. But you just mentioned it. It was cool and beautiful before that. But now, from now, it gets worse. You just nailed it with that. So let's go with the helicopter cam here as we see Matt again making a mistake, and that's what you were mentioning beforehand as well. Matt making a mistake in the first couple of turns again, and this is a known thing that happens to Matt, because he definitely has the pace on those maps. He has 7 points. It is not that much, but Matt is one of the players who really, unfortunately, can't really cope that, or makes a mistake just because he is nervous or is not in the zone, and it's unfortunate to see that he's making a mistake again. As we saw Yannick's with a different approach over that wall ride, but now the first identity is coming up. Let's see here. I'm following Kappa right now as we see Pack in the lead. Pack with a good amount of speed, but so did it Kappa. Kappa up to P2, and different approaches are being done here by the players. And we see Gwen, Papu, Kappa, and then also Pack in the top 4. Close battle, but Pack is in the lead. What is Pack doing? Pack is performing out of his mind today.
I mean, you were questioning his practice, and now he's going to show you that he practiced.
Yeah, I'm not sure about map 5 and 6. That's what I was saying before that, but also it is Afi here in the mix. Papu dropping a bit behind, but yeah, I was questioning that. And I hope, I mean, I said it objectively and subjectively. Subjectively, I want that Pack will keep all his points and won't lose any points, because, you know, I want to see our guy making it, you know? But I was not expecting him playing that out of his mind, that he is dominating here. He's dominating. He's just eating them, wriggling their left, right to get more speed. Oh, man. And then we see Afi, who can keep up with the pace, but then the other players are just super far behind. But, yeah, what a close fight here between Afi and Pack. I just have to say that, but, yeah. Pack, please, give the other players a chance. Man, it's unfair. I'm gonna report him.
I think he's trying to give them a chance, but they're not fast enough.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Again, a very good identity by both Pack and Afi. It seemed for me that Pack had the upper hand, but Afi has more speed here. Let's see. Oh, what a close fight here, and what a risky line there by Kappa and also Massa. So many different lines are going on here. And Gwen with that dropping behind. He had so much speed here. And thus Gwen falling down to P7, but it's still super close. It's 1 second here between 1st and 7th position. Afi walking a bit away with a 0.4 of a lead here. Super nice, but then we see 3rd, 4th, and 5th in between 1/10 of a second, and Pack just behind that. But Pack pressing B for boost here, eating Papu alive, and also comes dangerously closer to Massa here, the Berlin International Gaming player. but nothing is being set in stone. It's only Afi who has a little bit air to breathe here, and the other players are currently eating his dust. 0.6 of a lead, but what a close fight here for that second position going into that third identity, Speedy.
Oh, somebody crashed.
Oh yeah, it was
I think
Massa.
it was Kappa or...
Kappa, yeah. Kappa, Massa. Yeah, Kappa. So again, Kappa with a mistake here. And almost making the mistake there again, doing the pack clip. But yeah, Kappa gives us here a really good overview how close this battle is. It is one mistake and you're really down. You're really down in the red position. And you could lose 50% of your points. So in Kappa's case, he will lose 7 points. And if you have an uneven amount of points, for example, Yannick's, he will lose 5 points. So we won't round up, we will round down. Okay, so enough of that. Let's go here in this battle. Look how close that is. Look at that.
It's just amazing.
Wow.
Fourth lap, and we still have such a close battle. It just shows how trained the players are and how good the map is. Just impressive.
Yeah, they
And
know.
Afi is leading. As I said, Afi is the underdog, so to speak, but he's just performing greatly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the gap he has opened to Pack.
Oh, who made
And we made...
the mistake?
Wow.
Well, Aurel, wait, who clipped there? So many things are happening. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed because it's so close together, and then somebody all of a sudden lags out or something. And I think, did this player made a mistake? But no, it's not like that. But yeah, you mentioned it. It is Afi, really one of the players who most people didn't really see as a contender for the qualification of or for the playoff phase. But now he is performing super well. Look at that. But Carl Jr. and Papu, look at that. Look at the speed. Going into the second last lap, we have a close battle again. Afi still in the lead, but only 600th of a second ahead of Carl Jr. And then we have Papu in second position currently, as he was overtaking Carl Jr. here. Massa behind that. Then we have Aurel, Scrappy, and Pack. And oh, what a back and first. It's Gren making the mistake here. And now he will drop down to P12, but so many things are happening. Look at this, man. It is between second and sixth position. It is so close here. It's only 0.15 of a second.
And also Pack now with really high speed is coming closer and closer to Carl Jr. and Massa. This is all open.
Yeah,
The end will decide.
This is all open as Pack goes over into the fourth position. He's really pushing it. Papu not with the best approach there by the looks of it. But never mind, he is staying ahead. But still, Afi is defending his first place at the moment against Papu, Carl Jr. Pack, just imagine you have those players behind you and you're just performing that well. So what a great performance by Afi here. But Papu coming closer, and we've seen that Afi's speed was a bit slacking here on this part.
Oh.
But Pack with also a good
Close.
amount of speed. Let's see Carl Jr. here. It is so close going to this last lap, but Pack not with a good approach here. And he went over the grass and therefore lost a bit of speed, but still is in the green. So all good, all good. But now actually, so many different lines here. I can't even comprehend what is happening here.
At least now a gap closed, a gap is open up behind Pack and Massa. So at least there's some breathing room now.
Yeah.
But still, Afi is keeping his lead. I'm so impressed by him.
Yeah, indeed. And look at that. Also the battle here for that third and also for that first position between Pack and Carl Jr. and then also Papu and Afi. But now this part was really, really good for Pack. Let's see if he can make it. Can he make something happening here? He's half a second behind. And there's one more identity that players have to do. Pack maybe will risk it here for the biscuit, but of course he also wants to save his points, and 12 points would definitely be good for him as he would move up to 48 points, but everything can happen. Now we will go into the last identity. Papu with the outside approach goes for a lot of speed. Afi still in the lead. Pack with also a good amount of speed, but Afi is just one jump remaining here of winning the third map of the fifth step. This can be really good. Pack with a very good jump here, and this looks to be set in stone for him as Carl Jr. has not a lot of speed. Actually he has, but it's not enough. Afi, Papu, and then we have Pack in third position. So again, a podium position for Pack. What a great performance.
Really well played by all the players here.
Yeah,
It was
indeed.
just an insane ending phase the last 2 laps. Simply insane.
Yeah, really high level. I mean, there was, you mentioned it beforehand, it was Massa actually making a mistake. Massa was on 5th position, right? Just approaching the last lap. And yeah, Massa unfortunately dropped behind. And a lot of mistakes have happened because 3 seconds now in the in the ending, and it used to be 1 second just 1 or 2 laps ago.
Yeah, it's just unforgiving, and it showed how close the battle was. One mistake and you're out. So players are well prepared. The maps are warm. I think now we have 3 more maps ahead of us, which will be really interesting to see how the people will perform on it.
Yeah, and this was also a map that was, I think a map that would suit Pack good, but Pack just was 8th position here. I think he made a mistake and a good comeback here, if I recall that one correctly. We had Papu, Gwen, and Spam in the lead. But look at that Pack with 48 points. What a performance! 48 points out of 66 points possible. So this is Pack really dominating right now.
Pack is indeed dominating, but behind him we also have an interesting occasion with Afi having 29 points in 2nd place. Aurel 28 points. He also desperately needs points, but then Carl Jr. only in 4th, 24 points.
So let's take a look onto temporarily league standing here as we see Pack. He would have been in 1st position with that, but also the battle for that 9th position. Scrappy getting 17 points with that. Of course, we are not done yet. We still have the final phase. And then Aurel moving up to P9, and Kappa and Massa struggling, as well as Spam, who lost 50% of his points and now is only 9 points. But of course, we are just starting. We are just starting with the step because the most important maps are coming up now. And we will start with BumpyJumpy. As we see the identity here, we have to jump between those trees. So it's not the hardest one, but under pressure and driving precise can be hard. Can be indeed hard.
Definitely. Now it will show if people can keep it together.
Yeah, if they can cope the pressure.
And if they also make smart decisions, because sometimes risking is not the smartest decision they can take.
Yeah.
So let's see in the first lap.
Let's go into the helicopter cam again and see how the players will perform here. And of course see who's outside the top 8. Everything can happen here as we see Kappa, not with the best turn. Maybe he's driving with keyboard there. I don't know about that. But he can definitely catch up to the players here in this 3rd section that he did very well. And also Spam and Gwen are a bit behind. And also in this 180 turn, this uphill turn that is coming up just now here. A very interesting and a very modern turn, I would say, since it makes use of the reactor block. Followed up by a Neo Slide and a speed check that players can either risk for or not. We've seen Pack and Riolo not going for that. So Pack right now on P15, but only 0.6 behind the 8th position, which is occupied by Afi. So only 1 second, nothing has happened. And let's see how Pack will do this first identity.
See coming in here in P13. Let's see, I predict he's coming into a single digits again.
Yeah.
Knowing his speed.
Yeah, look at that.
And also we also seen some mistakes here happening in the warm-up, but...
Oh, that was not a good identity for Pack here as Tween is completely dying. Pack was saving it, but losing more than 2 seconds with that. Since he has no speed, goes for that jump, and this was very costly. I was thinking about that beforehand when he didn't have the speed. Should he go for that jump or not? And Pack went for it. I would have not gone for it, but you never know. You have to go for that since you want to keep track of it. But Pack is now 5 seconds behind, and this is bad news for him. This is very bad news for him.
This map coming back is really tough. So he needs a miracle, but obviously he has the pace to come back. But he has to rely on some mistakes right now. Could be really difficult. We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
Also seems like Afi made a mistake on Aurel.
Yeah,
dropped down now to 9th and 11th.
Scrappy as well. So some players are dropping behind, as well as Riolu here making that mistake. But still, it is 3.5 seconds between Riolu and Pack here, which is very unfortunate for him. Since it is 5 seconds is so much time on this track. You've mentioned it. This identity is not really that hard. You can easily mess it up. But I will focus here on the players who are in the 8th position, if they make a mistake or not. But so far it's looking that no one will actually make a mistake in this identity here. But just when I say that, it's Massa dropping a bit behind. And thus Massa down to P11, P12, P13. And Pack can come a bit closer, but he still has to overtake 5 or 6 more people with that. Onto 5, sorry, pardon me. 5 players he has to overtake in order to get into... No, 6. What am I talking, man? 6 players to get into the top 8.
I mean, Pack made done the identity pretty well and solid, but he obviously didn't have the speed, so he's not really catching up. He's just keeping his position right now, which is not helping him. And also Massa in front of him is like 3 seconds ahead, so really difficult position to be in.
Yeah, and you have to consider that Massa is not the player who is in 8th position. He is the player who's battling out with his German countryman and also Twitch rivals partner Riolu for that 12th position. So it's still a lot of time that he has to catch up to. 4.8 seconds. Let's see how Pack will make that identity. He's going for risky lines here, but of course with 5 seconds you gain 0.1 to 0.2 from a CP, and it's not really enough. He gained 0.1 here to the 8th position, but yeah, you have to do it 47 times, and theoretically we will play till tomorrow with that, so it is a very hard task, and P14 for Pack, this is not looking good for him. But 3.3 seconds, wait a minute, someone of the top 8 made a mistake there, and so the gap has shrunken a bit.
Yeah, Kappa has dropped down. It's the field is getting closer and closer in the back, so maybe we'll see a good end phase of this map.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with Massa here. So I think because he gives us a good overview, if a player in this seat will make a mistake there, as we see Spam with a poor approach there, lost a bit of speed, and let's see if Massa can make it. Pack has currently no battle. So maybe if something happens to Pack, you can say it to us. This would be a nice idea, right?
This would be a great idea, and I can also tell you he's already having a line of sight on Riolo.
Okay.
So he's taking his aim. Obviously negotiating the identities pretty well here as well, but as I said, it's really hard to catch up here, and he's only gaining marginally, so there has to be some kind of miracle happening for him to make this happen.
Yeah, else he will lose 24 points, right? This is a lot of points that would be down the toilet. It's the points that Cow Jr. currently is on, and it also means that Cow Jr. will go over into the lead again, since Pack will lose his points. Yeah, you can see Riolo and also Kappa who are batting out ahead of him, but it looks like they are the players who will most likely get, or will more likely get into the green.
Kappa left the map, it seems like.
Oh yeah, oh no, Kappa, yeah, he made that mistake. I've not captured that. You have seen what happened to him, or?
He seems to have gone straight in the wall ride, but I'm not entirely sure what he did. He seems to be alive at least, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
But also noteworthy, Pack is indeed pushing. He has the fastest lap currently.
Okay, that's
So
very good.
He's also coming closer to Spam, who didn't have the best third exit.
Yeah,
But again, it's just minimal gains that he's getting.
yeah,
Afi is dropping.
Riolu and Afi both not with the best identity here. So Pack is up to P11, and this is good because this means that it's 4 points for him plus the 2 points that he gets with the best lap time. But just when we talked about that, when we've seen that, it is him. Oh, Spam, look at Spam, no speed for him. So Pack can move up to P10 even. And there is of course a realistic chance, but 2 players have to mess it up. And also Spam needs to make another small mistake. So the dream is still alive, but still it looks very unlikely. And yeah, maybe Pack is pushing it for the fastest lap here, but it looks like that he will lose 24 points. Everyone is well making the mistake there and falling behind.
Oh.
So all of a sudden it looks doable here in this part. 2 seconds. 2 seconds and Spam and Evon are in reach. So let's follow Pack here, but oh my god, did he touch? It looked like that he touched, but he didn't. What a crazy line.
This is all in the identity right now.
Yeah, 3 people could potentially fail it, but yeah, let's see. Let's see what will happen here as we see Evon and Spam with a good jump section here, but we see no placements that will be gained by him. And indeed, Spam is the bubble boy, will lose his points, his 4 points that he has accumulated, so 50% of that. Evon will lose 11 points and Pack 24 points. Oh no, man, you really hate to see that. This is a lot of points that are going down the toilet. Not even the fastest lap. It has been set by Gwen, who got 2nd position, so 16 points for Gwen.
Wemba's actually pushing for first place there. He got the fastest lap in the second last lap and the last lap. He was trying everything he could, but sadly it didn't work out. Only second place for him. Still nice effort though.
Indeed.
And yeah, Peck 24-point loss. It's rough, but it's better than losing 8 points right now, where he would lose all 48 of them if he still had them.
Indeed, and still look at that. Peck is only 12 points behind, and Aurel indeed is on the first position. Then we have Papu, Carl Jr., Gwen, Peck, Scrappy, Afi, and Massa here. So my bets are still in the top 8, surprisingly. So usually I'm not the best better, since I'm going for, yeah, pretty weird bets, I would say. But it's looking very good. But Aurel with 40 points after 4 maps in the lead. And now we have the maps that are really important that we are going through. 5.5 minutes. I'm gonna visit the toilet. I drank too much water today. And you can just take over the cast. I'm gonna follow Peck here for the warm-up. So I'll be right back.
Okay. So GlacierHiking. This map will be interesting to see what the players will do on. As we talked about in the introduction already, the identity on this one will break at least somebody's heart. I will guarantee you that. And yeah, from now on it counts. From now on you will lose all your points. There's no 50% loss or 75% loss. It's 100% point loss. And after that you will gain the points that you would have had for your position. So you really don't want to be in the bottom 8 this time. As I said before, it only gets worse, so right now it's difficult. So yeah, but let's watch the warm-up a bit. Yeah, besides the identity, the map is relatively simple. I say in quotation marks. It's not the easiest map with all those jumps here, as you can see now. But yeah, it's mainly the identity and the eyes. And we'll see who can handle this the best. Maybe it's Matt. Maybe now he can show that he can play well on ice or not. I'm not sure. But we're obviously hoping that Peck will make it. And in the meantime, Wild Turbo is on the toilet. Let's take a look in the chat. What do we have here? So, Chris, on the identity, it looks really hard. It is really hard. And this 90-degree trickster that you have to do, as you can see by Peck, it's really tough to pull off if you're not familiar with it. It's definitely one of the hardest maps I've ever seen. Hello.
Yeah, indeed.
So it will be interesting, but as I said now multiple times, there will be at least one heartbreak, and I really don't want it to be Peck. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
So one thing I really want to stress out here is it's very even right now. It was Peck running Array, of course, yeah, but he was not performing that well on the 4th map, just because of that one identity. He had the pace, he had the fastest lap temporarily, so we know that he was good on this track. But look how close the points are here. Actually, it is 14 players above 10 points or with 10 points, so there will be a heartbreak. And you probably said it as well. It's 6 players who will lose their points here, who have over those 10 points. So this is a lot of a loss, right?
Yes.
And also very important to see how the players will do it, because you can see it here in the ranking. It is getting close, and of course we will know more about that ranking or who can make it into the playoff phase after the step. But yeah, what is your guess? What will be the upset that will happen today? Who will lose? I mean,
what I would wish to see is that Matt wins this map.
Yeah.
And then obviously Carl Jr. should lose his points. Simply so that Peck can get his first place. But yeah, upset. It's really tough. I'm not sure if the players are confident. I'm sure they trained it a lot because it's one of the last 2 maps. But as we've seen in the warm-ups already, it's really shaky. It's really tough. There's no room for mistakes, and if pressure is building up as well, if you're like around the 9th, 10th place area, about to lose your points and you're pushing it, anything can happen. So it's really tough to say. Anything goes. You see how close the field is. There's 30 points from the 1st to the 14th place.
Yeah.
So technically anyone can win this step right now.
Anyone can
Even
win
Matt.
it.
Even Matt can win this step, which would be a really fun comeback. I want to see this happen. But yeah.
Okay, so I got a question in the chat. So what is the reason for the 90-degree turn? Okay, I can explain it. So if you drive over the reactor boost block, you see there is an arrow, right? This arrow will determine if it's either reactor boost down, like here, or reactor boost up. So if you invert your car by just a little bit over 90 degree, you will get, or a 90 degree, you will get the reactor boost up, because the car is just facing from this direction, you know, or from more of this direction than this direction, and that's why you get the reactor boost up, and you will glide over the ice. So this is the identity. This is how players have to do it, and also the reactor boost down is so much slower. So it's, I think, even 3 seconds slower. So this is how you have to do it. And of course, you will instantly get this zoop, so you get the confirmation, but you can also overslide it. So this can happen because this block here is ice, right? So this can happen, and it will be a hard break happening here. And also the map in general is really hard, especially all those speed checks and here. So we will start now with GlacierHiking by Firestorm. Let's go with the helicopter cam as always. Let's see how the players will do here. It's the final phase here of the 5th step here, and let's see how players will do it.
Again, a great start. All the players really close together. It's just insane. This is what I love about TMGL. Those close starts, no mistakes.
Yeah,
As you see Carl Jr. and Scrappy a bit behind.
Also
Yeah.
not with a good landing. So yeah, sorry that I interrupted. Yeah, but Javelin is right. You want to avoid the ice because you are flying over the ice. You're floating because you have the reactor boost up enabled. And indeed, oh, Peck and Riolu making a mistake, and also Spam. So you can really see that the pressure is kicking in. Do they have enough speed? Let's see. Yes, they have, but Riolu again with a very poor first lap. This is unfortunate to see because he's multiple seconds behind. He's 4 seconds behind. Let's see this identity. It's actually a good camera that works out well. Carl Jr. right now in second last position. Papu with the respawn. Papu is dead. Matt is dead. Aurel is dead. Goodbye and tschüss. Aurel is completely dying here and goes down to last position. 8.5 seconds is Aurel behind. This is not good, and Pack is on that 8th position. Wow, what an first identity, Speedy.
That was insane, but also worth mentioning, Gwen is so far ahead right now.
Okay.
I'm not sure what he did, but it was insane how much speed he had on the identity. So I say, but obviously all the mistakes. I'm not sure what happened to Papu, but I saw Aurel getting stuck somewhere. It just shows how tight the margin is. There's no margin of error. It's one mistake and you're gone.
Yep. Indeed, but yeah, Gwen, indeed, he's 1 second ahead. Let's follow Gwen here for this identity for a moment. I want to see what he's doing. Oh my god, this is such a risky line. He's completely sliding over the ice, and then the last moment he gets the reactor boost up. Look at the speed from Gwen. He's 1.6 seconds behind, and we say tschüss to Massa, 12th position. And Pack still in this battle here, or still is in the green, but Gwen, 2 seconds ahead of the 2nd position, which is Bren right now. Bren in 2nd.
This is just dirty what Gwen is doing right now. It's just dirty and really, really upsetting to see how big of a lead he has just because of the identity right now. This is wow.
Wow, yeah.
This goes to show how much you can gain out of it.
And also from ice and reactor boost that we have here. I mean, it's a combination of that. And also this turn here, it seems to, you can get the grip there on this beam block that is attached to the grass. You can get a little bit of grip there and accelerate a bit better, as Peck has a lot of speed and jumps to Narnia. And let's see this identity from Peck's point of view here, as he's doing it very conservatively, which is of course the way to do it. Gwen is just, yeah, making a small mistake there, but still is in the lead. Wait, who made the mistake? Afi is gone here, and Scrappy will move up to 8th position, and Afi down from 5 to 14th. This is not good. Aurel and Papu, look at that. 40 and 38 points are down. This is grim news for Aurel again, as he will lose again some points, and this is super important for him, as he would have been in the 8th position with that. Oh no, Aurel losing his points maybe again. He needs a miracle, but of course we have 3 more identities to go for, and Pack is still in that 5th position. There's right now no real battle here between Pack and someone in the front, but then we see Scrappy coming closer and Spam as well, and Scrappy, just when I praise him, he makes that mistake. Oh no, that was pretty bad, and also not jumping there to the left. And thus it is Scrappy dropping to P11 here, Massa overtaking him, and Yannick's now in P8.
As we see Pack again negotiating the identity pretty safely. Smart idea. He's not at the verge of being eliminated, where Carl Jr. is right now. Dropped to 9th place.
Oh no! What happened there? What was... Did he get a slowdown? What was that?
I believe he got the wrong gear.
Oh no! Pack!
Oh,
that
no.
is terrible. I think, but it was not on his end, I think. Since this gear can just happen, right? But this
It can just happen, yes. It could also be the famous acceleration penalty, which sometimes kicks in apparently. Could be anything right now, but this was weird. This should not have happened.
Oh no. This is not good for Pack, as he's down to P13. And also Gwen dropping a bit behind here, and as well as Spam. So Carl Jr. It's the Carl Jr. luck, right? Oh man.
Definitely.
Oh my.
Pack is still dead.
Carl Jr.
Yeah.
with the respawn, even though he got it.
Again? Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, Carl Jr. got it there. Oh my. Carl Jr.
Oh my, no. No. Stop it. No.
No, Carl. Oh my god.
This is... But this is great news for Pack now, because both will lose their points and nobody's really gaining anything onto the 1st place in the seeding.
Yes.
So it's not hurting as much that Pack is now losing his points, because there's no way to come back from this. Straight up, there's no way. It's
somehow decides if you're 11th or 15th, but Pack, making an additional mistake, and it's Evon, Tween, Gwen in the top 3. Tween lost his points, or 50% of his points on the prior map, but now he's back on it again for that battle. Look at this identity, Gwen doing it very well, as well as Tween. Gwen with also a lot of speed here. Oh, what a close line here, and look at the fight, but no, it is actually Evon. Wait, what? Tween pushed it so much here in the ending.
Wow.
Wait.
What is this step?
Evon and Tween. I was a bit flushed actually, because I was not ready that it's already the last lap, since the this one is this map is only 1 minute long. So I thought we had one more lap to go actually, but Evon and Tween are tied on the 100th of a second, but the thousands has decided, and Evon is actually now moving up with that to P2. What a performance.
Wow. What is this step? First we see Pack being defeated by 100th, and now we have an equal time. What is this step? Must be the closest step that we ever had.
Yeah, I think so as well. We have so many close battles, and now we have the last map. I'm sorry guys that my commentary was not that hyped there, but I think you weren't ready as well that it's already the last lap, right? Because
no, it came by surprise, but I was too focused on what's happening there, so
yeah,
the lap counter, disappeared from me.
Yeah, so many things have happened there, guys, and yeah, eventually Evon taking over that 1st position, but I think it was Gwen who had the fastest lap. Yeah, I think with a 1 minute something, he got the fastest lap. I mean, he was playing out of his mind on the first 3 laps. Then he lost a bit. I've not captured what was happening to him, but now Pack is down to last position after losing his points on map 4 and now on map 5 as well. He is only there with 1 point. But what is good for them, that you've pointed out beforehand as well, it is Carl Jr. who lost his points as well. But look at that in the league ranking. Who is now in 1st? Look at that. It is Gwen.
Mr. Gwen.
It is Gwen in 1st. And Scrappy is apparently 1 point behind Kappa. And it's 4 points between Massa, Kappa, and Scrappy. And then we have also Avon with an outstandingly good performance here on that prior track who can still make it. Aurel, it is safe to say that he needs a Papu step, as I'm calling it that. Since he had a very good step on the first day. He had a very good first step. He needs a very good step in the next week in order to make it, or it just needs a good map here, and then he can make a small error. But yeah, this map will decide a lot here, as it's the last map. It's Dune, however you want to pronounce it. It's the last track. Let's go, and let's see who will lose the points here. Let's go with the helicopter cam. It's the last track of this evening, and let's see whose dreams will get crushed.
Gonna be highly interesting, especially with Papu being the third master or third god, however you call him, on this map. Basically his home map, I could say. So let's see if he can fight back. He's definitely fighting now with Pack in the league ranking, so that's important to mention. And a really close start again. As I said, I love to see this.
Yeah, it's so
really great.
Also wanna stress out that Yannick is also here in this battle. He has 26 points, so if he gets a top 3 placement here, he can also potentially make it. So he is also a contender of making it into the playoffs here, but it is safe to say that it's getting really hard for Aurel and Riolo here, as Riolo still has 14 points though, but he needs more than that. He needs a first place now, unless else it's over. And he also needs to rely on mistakes from the other people. But look at that, how close that is. It's Carl Jr. in last with 0.5 behind, but he got a bad landing. Let's see this first identity here. Let's see who makes the first mistake.
Oh.
Pack! Oh, with a dead respawn there. And this is unfortunately for him. Pack with a dead respawn and also another mistake. Oh no, Pack with another mistake. And this is a rip. And also Riolu is down. Aurel, Avon, and Carl Jr. are down there as well. So
I'm not sure how many times Pack respawn right now, but I think it's not double digits yet.
Oh no. So
wow, this is heartbreaking.
Yeah, this is heartbreaking. Pack from hero to zero kind of. But yeah, he's on P16 and 17 seconds. So I think we should focus here on this battle for the top. So, sorry, I'm really sorry to see that here for Pack and all the M&M fans. Of course, myself and yourself included there. But, yeah, things like that can happen with this flying respawn. And you can really lose your momentum and your confidence with that. Damn it, man. So Pack down 19 seconds almost. And it is safe to say that he won't get a spot in the top 8 this time.
This step he won't get it. This is not recoverable. Unless everybody makes a mistake, which would kinda be a miracle. Obviously, we would love to see it because it makes the step more interesting, but I have really bad hopes for this one. Yeah,
look at that. Everyone is making this identity kind of, and it's a pretty close battle as I'm following Spam right now. Who makes the mistake? Those were the casters curse. Spam with a dead respawn, and Spam 19 points could be down the toilet, and this means that Massa and Kappa and also Scrappy. Wait, Scrappy is also in the mix, who can overtake Spam, and Spam could be potentially down, could get down to P9 with that. So let's just focus here on this battle for that, who can make it into the top 8, right? So Scrappy, then we have also Avon, Tween as well, Yannick as well, Aurel is dead unfortunately, and then we have Kappa and Massa, as mentioned beforehand as well, who can make it. But Yannick right now sitting on P12, a little bit further behind, and as well as Tween, 15 seconds behind. So not sure what happened to him. Maybe you have captured that, but Tween will lose his points most likely as well. He's 16 seconds behind. This is unrecoverable unless a miracle happens, as Speedy has mentioned before that as well. So let's focus here. Avon, 37 points on stake.
This is really close right now. I've seen multiple times that people are struggling with the bug slide there, which is interesting.
Scrappy. Okay, never mind. Who was that actually? Papu with a mistake, and Papu will not deny some points to the players. And Papu actually has to go for the respawn there, and you see it's a very hard respawn. And Kappa with the one map technique again?
Seems like it.
Yes.
Also now Carl Jr. down in the 9th place again, so at least it's good news for Peck. But otherwise, I mean, between Yannick's and Spam, also heartbreaking for them to lose the points. What actually happened to Yannick's? He's now 18 seconds behind.
As well, struggling as well. So it seems that when you make a mistake at this identity section, you will you have a dead respawn kind of, and you have to respawn. So this is maybe the risk that players are taking, as you have this flying respawn, but if you respawn normally, you hardly make that jump, and the reactor boost will drag you in any direction. So you need to be perfectly straight, you know.
Yes, it's really unforgiving.
Indeed.
That's one line.
Okay, let's see this battle for that first position here as Gwen goes over into the lead. Then we have Kappa and Afi as well, who lost his points beforehand. Chasing him, but Afi again! Man, I spectated Spam, I spectated Afi. Why am I cursing the players here? It is unbelievable. But Afi still, with a beautiful save there, is securing himself that 7th position. And yeah, we were saying that Matt can make it into the top 8 on this track. And he's right now betting now with Carl Jr. But he didn't get the best tech section there. So Carl Jr. will claim that 8th position for now. So Scrappy, Avon, Gwen and Kappa are right now the winners of the step. And then we have Spam, Riolo, Tween, and then of course Peck and Yannick, who lost a lot of points, as well as Papu and Aurel on that prior map.
Also not sure what's happening to Yannick, but I see him standing still, then occasionally accelerating, so I think he has disconnect or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. This has happened to Yannick already. It was like that he was just coming back at a moment, so that his connection didn't die, but his ghost kind of, right?
Yeah, this is an old bug that exists, but not sure how this will affect him if he's actually in a position that is not the last place. If there's just maybe fake news here, but we'll see. No, he DNF'd now, so...
Ah, damn it. Okay, Scrappy with a mistake there, but was able to save it. But this will spice everything up. Afi with the wheelie. He's playing some Beyblade there, and he is dead. And Afi not denying some points, and this means that Matt right now sitting in 8th position, Brandon 7th, but this is not enough for both of them, as they are, yeah, in the... just down there. They have not even gotten themselves over 20 points here. This would be very good for them, but still 5 and 2 points. This is not a lot for them, right? This is not a lot. And we will actually see Gwen, Avon and Scrappy being in the top 3. So 2 out of my bets, if it will stay like that. I don't want to curse again. Let's just go with this last lap now, as Kappa is also really outstandingly good performance by him. Oh my god, Kappa, what was that risky line? You saw that from Kappa?
Yes.
Oh.
He's just saying, screw it, I'm gonna fly now.
He's maybe gonna go for that fastest lap. But we have one more identity. Gwen is behind, and then we also have Massa, who could walk away with 15 points. That could be really valuable for him, those 15 points, as he is in 3rd position right now. Then we have Aurel, Avon, Scrappy, Bran, Matt, and then Papu behind that. And also Carl Jr. It's safe to say that, yeah, all the players who have double-digit points will lose them. And now let's see Papu going for the attack on Matt here. Scrappy with a mistake. And this is why I jinx my people here. Scrappy with a mistake. And Scrappy is dead. But also did Carl Jr. Wait, what is happening here? No, Scrappy, who will take that 8th position. It is Carl Jr. denying Scrappy the points. 0.21 of a second. Carl Jr. making a huge face slap into Scrappy's face. Minus 33 for Scrappy. This last identity, it was also Matt dying there in the ending. Oh man, so look at that. 3 players only who have survived in the top 8, or who were occupying the top 8 on that 5th position, on that 5th map, are now on the top 8 here. So a lot of points have been lost today.
Wow, this was heavy. This was a heavy end phase. Oof. This feels really bad for people like Yannick and so on that lost all their points.
Also Scrappy. Look at that, Scrappy.
Yeah, Scrappy, last second loss of points. This is... It just shows how tough this identity is. It doesn't look hard. It looks pretty easy actually, but in reality it isn't.
Scrappy.
Wow.
I mean, Scrappy was at 33 points. He would have been at 98 points plus the total. And this could spice everything up. But look at that. Spam and Massa are tied. 107 points. Pack unfortunately dropping down to P4. And look who is on the throne now. It is Gwen. Gwen in first. Gwen is in first position. What a performance here by him. That's what I put him on the first position. But so many points have been lost today. So many points. I think it's the step where most of the people have lost their points today.
I believe after map 2 or 3, Pack had 48 points, and not in the last map, the first place is 58. So a lot of points have been lost indeed, yeah.
Oh man. Wow, what a step, really. It is unbelievable how many points have been lost today. So I think it was the most interesting step that I've casted ever, really ever. So many things have happened. Let it be the flip from Carl Jr., the last identity where Carl Jr. sniped Scrappy's points, or also the fails from Pack and the great performance from Pack, but it had something to it, right?
It also the close finishes that we had with Pack and Tween being separated by 100, and then the equal time by I think who was it, Tween and Gwen?
Yeah, Tween and Gwen. Oh no, Evon and Tween.
It was this skill-wise the highest or the most intense step, but also coincidentally also the most fails in this step.
Yeah.
Which makes it so interesting to rewatch again. Definitely worth.
So guys, next week we have a situation. Scrappy, Aurel, they can still make it. Tween could potentially also make it. But he lost twice his points, or 3 times. And also it is Yannick who could still make it. I would say I'm gonna put myself a little bit outside of the window, but I think Riolu, Matt, no. They will never make it, never ever. They could make it if all stars align, of course. But I think they are not making it, right? It is more than one. It is almost 100 points. They need a perfect step, and everybody has to lose the points.
First of only one of those two can make it, mathematically speaking, and then everything has to align.
Yeah.
With the other players making mistakes and losing their points like today. So their chances are below 1%, I would say.
Yeah.
But still, they can still screw up the step for other people. So they can they can shake it up.
So Gwen, Carl Jr., Papu, and Peck, they are safe. They are safe in the playoff. So mathematically speaking, not. But I doubt that this will happen, right?
They're pretty much safe if they just get a safe step in.
Yeah.
Just get the 20 points or whatever, then it should be fine.
Yeah. So it only depends who's getting first and second, or third and fourth. So we have the battle between Gwen and Carl Jr. and then also Papu and Peck. So the seeding matters. And then look at that, Kappa, Massa, and Spam. All are ahead of one, or I have surpassed the 100 points barrier. And then Evon, with a very, very good step there, is pressurizing those experienced players. Kappa, Massa, and Spam. You have world champions in there. And Evon is playing so good. And I think he's a contender. A worthy contender, as well as Aurel and Scrappy. Scrappy would have been better for him that he didn't lose the points. But hey, that's the point system, right?
This is TMGL. You make it or you break it.
Yeah. Wow.
There's no second chances.
Okay, so...
Yeah. This step, wow. I will definitely remember that one.
Yeah. Very interesting step. And therefore, thanks for joining in, Speedy. It was a pleasure to cast with you. I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And yeah. Map 5 went a little bit too fast for me, because it was only 1 minute of a lap. But yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun. So Speedy will join me in on the last step, hopefully as well.
Yes, definitely.
Nice. That's very cool. And yeah, I think we will just leave Peck here, because he really lost. He lost more than 50 points today, and we're not gonna go for an interview today, I guess. So thanks all for watching, and I will see you next week.
Bye.